Welcome to the Women's Basketball Coaches Show. I'm Harry Schrader. Iris Dixon is right here. And before we go any further, we're taping this on Wednesday. I want to say Happy Veterans Day. What's that like for a veteran?
It's very humbling. I served our country, and I'm proud of it. And I'm proud of those who have served, and proud of those who are serving still today. It's like I said, it's humbling.
Do you do anything different on Veterans Day?
I work just like always, so I work.
Good military answer. Listen, you were a guard when you played basketball.
Yes.
You coached the guards when you were an assistant here.
Yes.
You were in the artillery when you were in the military.
Yes.
So you're a bomber. Is that your style of basketball?
Not necessarily, discipline. Discipline is the biggest thing, and just well-rounded, organized, but discipline is a big thing. If we are faithful in the little things, we're faithful in the big things. So it's about the discipline.
When you were here for several years as an assistant coach before you took over the head coaching job, and I would imagine that first year's kind of all brand new. Second year, you feel like you're getting your feet wet. Now 5-6 years later, we'll talk about what it's like to be a head basketball coach here at Missouri Baptist.
Well, basketball is a passion of mine. I love the game. I play the game. Now I'm able to coach the game to young women, and it's rewarding at times. It's frustrating at times. It's always harder when you move one seat over. Going from assistant to a head coach. But adjustments are to be made. Learning is always a point to be made year in and year out. Even as head coaches, we're always learning, and we're always looking to learn, from those who have done it so well, and we just continue to learn.
And talk about that move from assistant within the same program. That sometimes might even be harder than just going to another school.
Somewhat, knowing the personnel that came in under the previous head coach, but building those relationships makes it an easier transition.
When you look at when people are trying to get to know our basketball program and what it's going to be like, what's the style? What's the Iris Dixon style of basketball? What's your team going to look like?
Aggressive. I like aggressive. I like to get up and down the floor. I like the discipline in the little things. Just getting after it. That's what I like. Just the up and down of the game.
They're going to be tenacious. Some rule changes this year, and you guys have gone to quarters. How do you like the quarter situation?
I actually like it very well. Before going into our first game, I didn't know what it was really going to be like, but it gives us a chance because we are such an aggressive team. We do like to get up and down. Now it gives us a little bit of break in between, additional timeouts per se, to make adjustments and to catch our breath. You've
played 2 games so far. Tell us a little bit about what you've learned about this year's edition of Spartan basketball.
We're different. We are more family-oriented. There's a lot more team chemistry. The girls have bought in. They're working hard, and they want to win.
So you're 1-1 early on. You've got a game on Friday. Tell us some of the names. People are unfamiliar with Spartan basketball. Tell us some of the people that have emerged and will be emerging as some of your team leaders.
Well, we have Taylor Klingerhofer that's coming back from last year. She was our leading scorer. She's back. She was also ranked number 2 in the nation in free throw shooting, and she's back. We have Jerica Hawkins, who's also back, who kind of was in the shadows last year, but she has really stepped out this year and is our leading scorer. We have Ariana Cook, who's a transfer that's coming in, a point guard, and she had a spark, will bring a spark for us off the bench. And we have Dana Jenkins, who's a point guard as well, Trina Valencia. We have, a host of players, from Angela Talley to Kennedy Smith to Maddie White. I mean, they're beasts on the boards. Morgan Settle, who's a senior. So we have all of our girls from last year coming back, and then a few additions for this year.
I remember Morgan. I used to do games at UMSL, and she's got great fundamentals, but was a little weak 3 or 4 years ago. She's strengthened up and is more productive.
She has strengthened up. She is one of those rounded players where she can play inside and she can step outside and shoot the mid-range to long-range shot. So that's a plus for us.
When you look at your game coming up this weekend, you're still it's so early. We don't want to get wrapped up in wins and losses too early because you're still trying to figure it all out. But where is this team headed as you head this weekend into your play?
Well, we're coming off of a win, and that's always a good thing. We'll go into practice stressing that while we have celebrated the win, it's time to focus on the next opponent, and a very good opponent at that. And we're going to do the things that we need to continue to work on, taking care of the ball, crashing the boards, and running our sets and running our transition.
People often think of the basketball season as the preseason, meaning like the non-conference season, then there's the conference season, and then postseason. Is that how you guys think about it as well?
Oh, absolutely. The non-conference games, they're preparing us for our conference teams that we will meet, and then we have the conference season, and then we have the postseason. So we break it up into seasons, and after the non-conference season is over with, okay, we're back to square one. Okay, we got to get back to work, and that's been our motto. It's going to work, and every day in practice it's going to work, and every day when we step out on the court for a game, it's let's go to work.
Let's talk one final thing about fans. You don't have a home game for a while. I know you're kind of the road warriors right now, but once the Spartans are back at home, talk just about the value of how the fans can interact and help the team.
I think just the support, being there. They were there before. I think they will see a completely different team. I think it will be exciting. The girls have a lot of fellow teammates, classmates, from other sports and things like that. So they will be there to cheer them on, and we also encourage them to go and cheer them on. And I just think they're going to see a different team from last year, from the past couple of years, and it will be exciting to watch.
I lied. I've got one more question. I know you're out recruiting all the time. You got to be aware of recruiting. But what are you selling kids about Missouri Baptist? In other words, what is it about Missouri Baptist that makes it special?
I think one, that the institution itself, Missouri Baptist is a great institution, get a great education through way of sport or way of any other means that they feel is necessary. Through different types of scholarships that the university offer, the location. I think the quality of the programs, the quality of the people that are here, from the instructors, from the coaches, from the administration. It is a good place to be. It's a good place to work.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Iris Dixon's basketball team is going to go to work. That'll wrap up this broadcast. Thanks for watching. You're watching it on the Spartan Digital Network.